we're gonna do some PvP testing with the Scorpius and the Hurricane. 3 rounds on the Hurricane, and then we're gonna switch pilots and gunners with the Scorpius for 3 more rounds. First, me and Okona are gonna be on the Hurricane, and Tactical and CptShack on the Scorpius.
Alright.
Alright, let's go.
Do you have size 1s or 2s?
Shields hit.
What? Guns are all 3s.
Shield wise.
Oh, 2.
Okay.
Check fire. Check fire.
Break up.
Shields hit. Shield down. Shields hit. Target destroyed.
Nice. That was a nice fly in there, Zaim.
There was certain vehicles before they had an issue with power management not returning.
It takes a while. Just fly like an arrow, right?
Yeah.
Shields hit. Target destroyed.
Oh, that was a close one. Alright, let's go.
Check fire. Shields hit.
took a lot more damage that time.
Yep.
Yeah, like you guys were staying in front of the turret a lot longer. But then we died a lot faster.
Yeah, we also took a lot more damage this time. I feel like the Hurricane's a little tankier than the Scorpius. Making me a lot lazier. Now we're gonna switch ships. Me and my gunner are gonna move on to the Scorpius, and Tactical and Shack is gonna move on to the Hurricane. Right, let's go. Let them go, same thing, moving south. Is much better than her.
Yeah, I can see that.
Feels like it was easier making contact with the Scorpius than it was to make contact on the Hurricane.
Yeah, it feels like easier to make contact, but I have to do more power management with the Scorpius than I did with the Hurricane. In the Hurricane, when I was flying, it felt more lazy, and I was able to take more shots. Whereas in the Scorpius, it feels like I need to do more stuff to stay alive.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling like. It
For
doesn't
me,
help you don't have a third MFD.
The Hurricane just feels a lot smoother for trying to track a target. It seemed to, like, I don't know if it's just the way it flies, but the Scorpius seems to like bob and weave a little bit more, so it's a little harder to keep on target,
Well,
even with gyro
the
mode on.
pilot was really trying hard to stay alive.
Yeah. So maybe that's, you know, a thing with the shields as well, like you were saying.
How was the turret on the Hurricane, Shack?
Fine. I said the screens are handy. The hit indicator is nice, but I definitely feel I enjoy being in the Scorpius more.
Okay, Okona, what's your preference? Hurricane turret or Scorpius turret?
After one go in the Scorpius, so far I'm liking the Hurricane. It could just be like the way, like the style of flying. So it's a little hard to say after one.
Be lazier, Zaim.
Yeah, Zaim, be lazier. I can stay on target better that way.
Yeah, that's you know, interested more another test, you know, without doing any power management whatsoever. Seeing how these ships just compare, like just the ships.
So we're doing this match with neutral power, right?
Neutral power.
Correct.
It's gonna suck.
Have fun.
Yep.
definitely find this turret a lot more drifty, and like in terms of its responsiveness even.
Feels weird not using my power management.
Shield is down.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Alright, self-destruct.
Yeah, I definitely prefer the Hurricane turret. It's more responsive.
See, I
Doesn't
feel
seem
like
to be
it's
as
less responsive. It feels like it's more sluggish, so it's
More
like it's
stable.
harder to overshoot and overcorrect on the Hurricane. It feels like to me like the Scorpion turret's faster, and so it's easier to overshoot.
Well, it is.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. So I guess someone of my style of play or skill would do better in a Hurricane.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle
Yeah,
retrieval
they feel like
system.
they're a little bit different approach.
I also noticed that you can sometimes get into the way of the wings on the Scorpius too. Like if you're trying to track someone as they
Your
pass you.
insurance claim has been sent. Please visit us again.
Oh, like yeah, if they're dead even with the side.
Yeah, like if you're at like a 0 rotation angle from them.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so one
I
more.
think the Hurricane doesn't shoot down to the side either. It shoots straight off to the side.
Yeah, but the wings when they're deployed on the Scorpius kind of come up from the plane of the like the main axis of the ship, whereas the Hurricane it kind of slopes down and away, so you never have that obstruction in the same way.
Yeah, it isn't much of an obstruction though. As you move back and forth, you can see it just barely moves it up.
Sure. Like it's not hugely significant, but like for example, someone like me who has a difficult time seeing, if you pass by that wing in the field of view, it's almost like I got to reset entirely, you know? So it's just one additional problem I would have with the Scorpius gun as compared to the Hurricane.
So I'm saying that whoever flies the Scorpius would have to do a lot better power management to stay alive than the Hurricane would need to.
I wouldn't say a lot, because I mean, the Hurricane's still red. Took a lot of damage.
Alright, let's do one
But
more round.
the Hurricane feels like it is a little bit tankier, and it feels like the shields are easier to get down than the Scorpius because the shield bubble's bigger.
Only see
Yeah.
Okona.
I would think if the ships didn't have any shields whatsoever, it'd be easier to hit the Hurricane with ballistics than it would be to hit the Scorpius. But as far as the shield bubble's concerned, it's easier to hit those shields on the Scorpius than it is on the Hurricane. If you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. Let's go. Up. Now fire.
Shields down.
Our shields are already down. Okay.
When you're doing the turret, to just basically have it centered on the pilot view, so that way as soon as the pilot brings it around, you're dead. Like you're bringing all your firepower to bear. Because like with all the evasion and just how like poppy and dippy and weavy the controls are for that turret, I find it much harder to stay on target. Yep.
What I'm figuring out is the Scorpius is more. You need a better skilled pilot on the Scorpius than you need in a Hurricane. Hurricane is much more lazier.
Yeah, and it makes sense. The Hurricane's got a bit more armor to it.
Alright, so this time I'm taking the Hurricane.
Yep, you're taking the Hurricane. We're going to take the Scorpius, and we're also going to do no power management.
So far, what do you think, Tactical? Which one's easier for you?
I'm more familiar with the Hurricane. I know how slow it moves, on which angles I need to take on it.
Yeah,
so I can bring the gun back.
Familiarity with the ship makes a huge difference.
I can bring the turret back on target faster than I can with the Scorp, but I think it just takes practice. Because it just feels, for the size of that ship, it just feels so fast, and you're anticipating a little bit more of a sluggish movement. So when I'm in it, I think, okay, I'm in a light fighter, let me move like a light fighter does. Especially with how fast the shields go down, my instinct is to dodge, run, but that makes it really hard for the gunner to stay on point.
Yeah, so on conclusion, what I figured out is Scorpius is more skill-based, and Hurricane, you don't need much skill. You actually need skill to survive in a Scorpius.
Reminds me of the two of them. It seems like the Hurricane's designed ships its size and bigger, and the Scorpius designed to hit ships its size and smaller.
Your vehicle has been
I feel like they're kind of the same ship, but they're intended for different uses.
Yeah, I think the Scorpius would be better at killing smaller targets.
Yeah, the Scorpius reminds me of like a micro hammerhead. So you can think that, it comes with the default size 2s, like it's designed for ships smaller than it.
It's piloting it.
So I don't know if it's just a faster rate of fire or what it is. They both got the exact same number of rounds.
Yeah, I felt like I spent more time out of ammo in the Hurricane than I do in the Scorpius.
I found the opposite, so I don't know.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this. The Scorpius does turn a lot faster than the Hurricane.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
Docking contact received.
Crap.
Docking contact
Wait,
received.
problems?
Check fire.
What's wrong?
Shields hit.
Alright, tap the rock.
Shot for that rock.
Check fire.
It's a lot harder to dodge with that Hurricane. Keep on target. Yeah, I'm gonna
Damn.
say the Hurricane wins the match. If it's
I went super evasive there too.
yeah, if it's
Sorry, Shaq.
Hurricane versus Tactical, I'm gonna say the. If it's Hurricane versus Scorpius, I'm gonna say the Hurricane is gonna win. Unless it's a very, very good pilot.
You just can't face tank anything with it.
Yeah.
Like, the front of my canopy went red fast.
Although I think on paper, the Scorpius has more HP, right, Shaq?
It has more overall HP, but it has like close to 0 HP on the canopy, according to Urkel.
What if it's because HP spread across the wings?
Yeah, that's part of it. Because one other thing I saw somebody else point out in Spectrum somewhere was that the ships are not. They're building them more towards physicalized damage, and some of the older ships were, kind of more favoring the health pool system that we currently have. So the dynamics really going to change later on.